Hey, how you doing? It's Nick from Vegan Wave, filming out here in the beautiful sun. It's a beautiful day. Thought I'd come out here and talk a little bit about the hypocrisy that a lot of people seem to face when you seem to introduce the idea of veganism to them. It's sort of like something you've been doing for so long that people have such an issue with sort of challenging their beliefs or hearing any conflicting points of view. It's along the lines of almost a religious or political debate where you could be told so many facts of one perspective, and they could be so convincing and possibly overshadow all your points, but still, at the end of the discussion, you finish it with staying steadfast with your own perspective. So I see this a lot too with people talking about vegan ethics and animal ethics. If you show somebody, for example, the slaughterhouse footage, there's nobody in the world that looks at that and sees it lightly and looks at it like, oh, so what? It's obviously the food you're eating, especially in any chain restaurant or chain franchises or diners or whatever. They're not getting it from stuff they hunted. They bought it from a major supplier. So you see these things at the slaughterhouse footage, you grimace, you turn away, but at the end of the day, you see it and you move on. And what does that show about your own reasoning or your own logic? You see something that you clearly disagree with, and your takeaway is, oh, that's awful, but I'm still going to support it. You might go to grass-fed or other types of sourced meat, but that's a whole different conversation. My point right now is people have such a strong hypocrisy when it comes to hating animal cruelty, but also turning a blind eye when they're directly shown footage of the reality. And it seems to be something that unfortunately might take very long for people to connect the dots, because in reality, you can live from your entire life as a vegan, and it's not like you're going to be deficient and be a walking stick. I'm skinny, but I've always been skinny since I was young. I don't think I've changed my weight or height since about like ninth grade, and I just turned vegan a few years ago, which is when I was, I believe, 24 or 23. So it wasn't a big change. I've always been a skinny guy. But the point being, you see the same hypocrisy when it comes to pets, because if you own a dog or a cat, or you go to a friend's house that has one, you sort of treat it as if it's family. You give it love, and if it comes to you, you feel empathy towards it, and if it's tired, you have a certain emotion towards it, as if it was an actual human. And it's this conflicting belief with you're loving this animal and giving it special privileges, but at the same time, your lunch and dinner is chopped up animal of another species. So that comes to deeper questions of what's the difference. And any answer when I think of this type of conundrum is usually a logical fallacy. It could be culture, solely based on culture. Nothing is justifiable. It usually goes deeper into logic. Tradition on grounds of tradition, nothing is justifiable. If you keep it at just that level, you have to go deeper again. So when you keep digging, it's hard to find the true reason why we do these things, or we separate something within a similar category. What's the difference between a dog and a pig, a cat and a chicken? It's like, obviously there is differences, but it's like, what's the reason to treat it so differently, to treat it one so cruelly and breed it to be to be killed over and over again, and have your other pets treated with such love. And kicking your dog is I believe a crime in some places, or whatever, a fine maybe. But that huge disconnect. If you'd like to learn more about veganism, I'm coming out with a course. It's still being worked on, but if you'd like to get the updates and be up to date for when it is released, then you can join my email newsletter, where I'll be giving you also other free resources. You can go to veganwaveofficial.com. It'll be in the description. And I hope you have an awesome day. This is Nick from Vegan Wave. Peace.